You were the toast of the town for 10 years, and all of a sudden the national media is focused on you for the wrong reason.
Sure. And the local media too.
And the local media. I mean, how did you deal with this emotionally?
I'm still dealing with it emotionally. September 6th, the worst day of my life. What made it worse is that it's 2 days before my daughter's birthday. So she has her 17th birthday under the specter of her dad being arrested, and handcuffed to a park bench outside the apartment that you live in. That was very difficult. And then as time has gone on, and I've gotten angrier about it, not having the ability to talk about it. I'd love to tell you everything about the case right now, and I know I can't and shouldn't. And being accused of things, not just by the government, but also now it's time for everyone to just lob on top. And no one knows a single thing about what they're talking about. So what I've been accused of, and I'll say this, and I'll never change saying it.
We like to bring our heroes up, and we like to bring them
down.
Yeah,
but I've maintained my innocence from day one. I've never wavered on that. No one has seen me waver on it. I don't intend to waver on it. I'm going to trial. Many people don't in my position. I'm absolutely going to trial. And I just hope that the people that have decided that what they've read and what they seem to believe, when they see and hear the truth and the entire story and it's laid out for them, which it will be, that they're at least willing to apologize for the things they've said and reconsider what they might think about me because they have it wrong. And that's that's the best I can do today. But it's the whole thing sucks. It's very hurtful, painful. Having to wait now to the end of October is a real problem for me, but there's nothing I can do about it. So I try to compartmentalize life. So I'm just trying to get to tomorrow. And then I'll try to come up with something next week. All right, so I got something planned for next Thursday. All right, I can get to next Thursday. And it's a very strange way to live. But if I thought of, hey, how do I get to October 29th, the day my trial starts? That'd be very daunting for me. And I'm not sure how well I would handle that. So I try to break it down.
How do you deal with it with your kids and your wife? Do you have a policy, don't talk about it?
No, I think you got to go the other way. There's no roadmap for it. I don't know if you have friends or family that have ever gone through, been arrested or have any concept of what's that like. There's no book of this is the right thing to do. So what I've tried to do is be as open and honest with my 3 older kids. My little guy has no idea, he's 7. And if I'm going to be in court, so I know it's going to be in the newspaper, I tell them in advance. I've walked them through the case, I've walked them through the whole thing, just so that I don't want them to ever wake up and pick up their phone and daddy's on the phone and someone's saying something about me or I'm a news story and they had no idea it was coming. So I try to prepare them, and unfortunately, you put kids in a position of having to grow up in a different manner real fast, and I think it jades them a little bit too. It certainly, it changes the father-kid relationship immediately. You go from being Superman and my dad's got everything to all of a sudden people saying things about their father, and what are they supposed to do about that? And how do they handle that? So it's like therapy right now. It's a work in progress. We're just doing the best we can as a family to get through it, and we can't get through it fast enough.
You learn who your friends are.
Yeah, that's a weird cliche, and sadly, it became a cliche for a good reason. It's true. You learn, and you learn fast, man. I've broken down there's 3 or 4 types of people. There's the guys that who walk in front of a bus for you, and you would for them. The guys where there's no question they're your boys. They're like family to you, right? So those guys are there from jump. Then you have the people that you assumed are going to be there and totally turn their backs on you. And that's a tangible thing. Like, you know it, you feel it, you see it, and it's right in your face. Then in the middle, there's 2 other groups of people. There's the people that you're not sure which way they're going to go, who go the wrong way, and the people you have no expectation of, who you never even think, because you're so closed-minded to what's going on in your life, that this person is ever going to reach out to you at all and surprise you. And I've had a lot of all of it. But yeah, you learn fast who's not your friend, for sure.
Are you scared?
Am I scared? It's a good question. I'm going to give you a thoughtful answer on that. Listen, jail scares me. Yeah. I'm scared of I'm scared of the fact, as much as I believe that I'm innocent, I can prove that, I'm scared that it can always go the other way. You're presenting a case in front of a jury of 12 people, and while you like to think they're going to accept your story as fact and not listen to what the government's going to put out there against you, that scares me. Having to contemplate jail scares me. So yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with admitting that, and I think that's real. I know there's a light at the end of the tunnel, and one of the best pieces of advice I got was that however it ends, it's going to end, and there's going to be life after that. But I can relate a lot better to people who feel despair and make that decision about life. And I never got to that point where I thought about not living, but I have a great respect, a better respect for people who have made that choice. And I get the mindset of it now, which I never did.
Did you know the morning of September 6th it was coming? You had no idea?
Nope.
You knock on the door, 6 o'clock in the morning?
No, it wasn't even that. I walked out of the apartment. There's a courtyard, maybe, 50-step courtyard. And there's 2 flights of stairs that go down to Greenwich Street. And I came around the courtyard, took 2 steps down the stairs, and was arrested. Didn't know it was coming, didn't see it coming, asked why, and my life changed that minute.
What were you thinking in those minutes there?
I don't remember what I was thinking. I think the whole thing's very surreal. You have 12, FBI agents there for you. When you were honored as the Man of the Year 6 months earlier and spoke at their luncheon, it was strange. I don't want to say it was an out-of-body experience, but it was strange.
What companies contacted you? It was ESPN contact?
I talked to and was every radio and broadcast company, legitimately every single one, at some point reached out to me. Really, I think more is to get an update, because I think they recognize that I'm talented at what I do, and I think for them it represented a potential opportunity of maybe stealing me from CBS because I resigned. And every one of them, and I had no joke, I had 2 offers put in front of me for millions of dollars, and it never came down to, let's sign it. So what Sports Grid did, and it's not millions of dollars, Sports Grid made me an offer and signed it. And I was at a point where I'd done the podcast, which I don't really enjoy doing. I was doing a little digital TV show out of their studios, graciously, at no charge, which I was building a pretty good audience with. And I was able to throw some stuff against the wall just to try out, a game show and some other stuff. And the more you start doing that, the more you start wanting to do more and more and more. And we worked out a deal, and listen, it's given me an opportunity to get back to doing what I do. It's a big story today, obviously, that I'm doing it. And like I said to them, I come from a different era where your word is your word and loyalty and all that. And they were good to me in that regard. I'll always do the same for them. And if this can work out long term to everyone's satisfaction financially and success-wise, then it will. And they'll always have that opportunity. And I'll always be grateful to them that they actually signed the piece of paper.
Where's Craig Carton going to be in 5 years?
5 years. Well, that would have been a different answer 8 months ago, I can tell you that. I'm going to be doing a radio show somewhere. If it's for Sports Grid, great, but I'm going to be doing a radio show, and I'll be #1. And I will have, I think, regained the trust in the people that questioned it. I think I'll regain, my professional respect, and I hope that I'm still the active father of 4 amazing kids.